Hi and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Okay, the other day in good old Aldi, I bought these. I think they were £3.50. Okay, it's an 8-pack, but they're metallic acrylics. Okay, so I've not really sort of used, or other than my stamps and all my different distressed oxides and things, I haven't sort of used much in paints at all. But obviously they come in quick drying, shimmer effect, multi-use, 18 mils, so there's a fair bit in them. Okay, so what I did, which if I'm honest, when you then look at this, you probably think, well, that looks like a car crash. So you can sort of see, I think this was the first one I had a go, because I actually thought the colouring on the box was quite lovely. So obviously there's not a pink, but there's purple, so it's obviously mixing the food together, but I thought that combination was beautiful. But anyway, so I had a little go with some paint brushes. You can probably see the marks on there, and I think I did a little one that, like the makeup sponges and things you use. But as you can see, that blue one's got a bit of this sort of silver on there, and I sort of muddled them about both. So that in itself, like I say, a bit of a car crash. And then this is one that I put it on, as you can possibly see, with a brush, so it's a bit more textured. But because I'm doing my Easter theme, and you might have seen the one I did out of using some kitchen foil, I thought, right, let's just do a few different sort of cards. So, like I say, although these look absolutely nothing like that, they're far too good to put in the bin. So out is going to come, and if you remember when I did one of my eBay hauls that I bought the other day, this come in there. So I haven't used this before, and literally this will be my first time of using them, full stop. So with no ado, let's get my big shot out. Hopefully they'll cut out perfectly all right. You need all your plates for this. So there's that one, that one, that one, bottom plate. They do warp a bit, but you'll find if you keep sort of swapping them over, it's okay. Now, for me, it's sort of getting the best out of them. I think that one there, the colouring is lovely. Okay, so I'm going to position that there. Whoops, that's already going to move, but that doesn't matter. I think this blue one here is quite lovely. The green down there, not bad. So I just put that there. Let's just put that one on the red for now. So then all we're going to do, sometimes I'll put some extra card or anything in to make sure these dies cut okay, but as this is literally my first attempt with them, so I don't know how they're going to pan out. So fingers crossed, as they say, the laps of the gods are with me. So yeah, so I do them die cutting edge down. Right, here we go. With a bit of luck, almost does a big ping and they almost come flying off. So let me just, oh look, oh, they look a little bit like cogs, don't they? Quite nice. Okay, yeah, not bad. Cut out beautifully, actually. I can't tell you what brand they are, because literally they were just in a haul that I bought, and they just come literally on this piece of card. So, but not bad, hey? So I was giving it a bit of definition. So now let's pop that back in there. Might as well maximise what we're doing. We have that one there. Where is the little one? The little one, maybe there. Because sometimes what I want to say to you is, sometimes that can look a little bit, oh, okay. But when it then get cut through, it can be lovely. What I'm then going to try and do, just do one of these real, will that fit? Oh no, it's too small. Try and cut that one through there. So let's just quickly pop this back, because as you probably already realise, I don't like to keep you on here for ages, because I'm slowly growing in numbers, but I sort of often get things ready in the pretext that, so you get the idea of what I'm doing, but you aren't having to sort of spend an hour with me necessarily, because with a bit of luck you'll come back. And I like to use as many things that we've got around the house, on the pretext that you don't have to go out and buy. And I think, if I'm totally honest as well, with my channel here, you know, I'm using these ovals, but you can use anything you've got. So adapt what you've got. And I have got a rainy day crafting Facebook page that if you want to, you're welcome to join. Oh, look at the texture on that. Actually, quite nice. So, and now I will still keep this because I will potentially cut out some little hearts, some bows or something with all these little scrappy bits. Oh, and there's a huge bit there. But anyway, for the time being, let's put that out of the way. So, sometimes when I do things and I go along, I think, ooh, okay, let's change tactic as I go along. So, what I was going to do here with the biggest card, I'm just going to make a card. I quite like that. Oh, look at the colours. I don't know how well you can see that. Very nice. Like I say, they came out of Aldi only the other day. Often, just a little tip, I think, you know, their paper, they have their watercolour paper is very good, actually. But often, our local one, I suppose if they haven't, you know, when they're running on special offers and things, if they have too much stock, they reduce them down. So I tend to watch out for that. Anyway, so here we have this. So what I tend to do is do my sort of layout first on how I'd like to do it. I mean, as you can see, I mean, my love of blue. Look at the colours are lovely, aren't they? I mean, it could, if you've watched my previous one, you saw me with a couple of foil on cardboard Easter eggs. But I quite like them with just being a bit different, okay? So, I'm going to be putting that on there, but let me show you. Remember I did these the other day and I weren't sure what I was doing with them. So, but I actually think that would sit quite nicely on there. So this again is quite a quick card. When I'm sitting sometimes in front of the telly, I'll sit and, that's the same sort of card, pull out some bits and pieces. And I'm actually going away next week. So maybe I might even take one of my little ones with me and do that. There isn't ever so many in here actually, but I was just going to, don't know what I need yet, because I was just potentially just going to poke a few bits of these sort of underneath maybe and sort of on the top. Don't want much, just to give it a little bit more interest. Do we need anything else? I don't think it needs much at all. So with this, I'm going to raise this up and I'm going to use this tape. I'm a bit miffed actually. I bought 2 or 3 actually, so I've got spares. But I get this out of Poundland, and it was only costing £1 because whenever I go in there, I always laugh now because I don't know why they call it Poundland, purely because not everything's a pound anymore. But this though has gone up to £2. It's still not a bad price to be fair, is it? But I think I've probably got a couple of spares before I need to buy any more anyway. But this is very good. 5 meters of it, you know, and this is the first one I've used, so they do last. Anyway, so with this, yeah, I'm going to be putting that on the back there quite nicely. I tend to use my sticky scissors. Might just do a couple of bits to make sure we don't, it sort of sits quite proud. Could even do it a bit higher if you want, but you've got to remember if potentially people are going to be posting them, you don't want too much. Now I quite like it with the pink at the bottom. You can have it any colour way you want. It's quite nice like that actually, with the sort of pinks coming down, but I think I like it that way. Position it. I'm putting it sort of slightly to the side because that'll allow me to, but can you sort of see in itself, it's just raised it up enough to make it look quite lovely. Oops. And then all I was going to do, I could put a flower, a bow or something on there, but I don't think it needs an awful lot. I could put something like that on there. Like I say, these are just, if you've got any sort of flowers, let's have a little look what I quite like the idea of coordinating. I don't like to put too many colours, maybe sort of 3 max if I'm doing, see that's got stuff already I've stuck on them, because sometimes I sit and fiddle. Okay, there's that one, which I could put under there because you wouldn't notice that that's got a bit missing. So like I say, try and sort of position how you want things to start with. Oh no, that looks quite nice like that. Maybe a couple of those, and maybe that there. And as far as I'm concerned, da-da, practically done. So now to put them down, we could put a little bit of bling on both those or one of those, but I actually think it picks out the white of the card quite beautifully too. So let's just bit of glue on here. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on here, but I'm also going to raise up the odd arm of the leaf too, okay, because I think that'll just, these little sticky backs, I believe I might have got them actually you know, free, because magazines, when you buy them, I don't buy ever so many. Again, I sometimes go on like Craft Stash, because often they'll reduce them once they've sort of been and gone, if that makes sense, you know, once they've sort of been out and about. I try to keep on touch of what I have got and what I haven't got, but I did accidentally buy one I'd already got. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? So okay, so that's quite nice there. Probably pop this one directly down. So if you've got any sort of dies and leaves, sorry, right, I think let's just check see if I've got any more of those. It's a big one, but that's similar colours actually. That was could, but I don't want anything that big on there really. Maybe one of those and one of those might just be enough. So again, I might just raise that up. I quite like the idea of raising up the bits and pieces, because I just think it gives it a bit more sort of pop. If you're liking what you see when I make up my designs and things, you fancy pushing that subscribe button, and then generally you won't miss whenever I release. I try and release a couple a week is the sort of plan. You know, you might think, oh no, that's too white, but I quite like that. You could put it as a little bit of green, and I'm just going to pop. Oh, do you know what? I'm actually going to go back to putting this one behind, because I still quite like the idea they're both similar. So because there's got some missing, it doesn't matter. We know that, you know that, I know that, but the person of the recipient wouldn't. Now, so there we have practically our card done. Yeah. My saying is less is more. That's just my personal choice. If you want to put a lot more on, you do whatever you like. And I just think probably that there would just be enough. So what I've got to do is raise that up. So it'll, obviously I did this earlier just to save time. Oh no, I don't like that when that shows through. This is ever so sticky, but anyway, fingers crossed we can. This is why I actually only use one pair of scissors for, I think I put that the wrong side there. I think I wanted it this side. Okay, I was going to raise it up a bit more. Because you know, there you have a quite lovely card. And you've got, if you now want to make some more, we've got a load more bits and pieces, because this is what I tend to do. I'll make a card to show you here. Now you see that could get away with having let's just have a little look. Like I say, I don't like to put ever so much bling, but actually one of those sort of pearl eyes, I buy these, I can't remember if it's Poundland or Hobbycraft. I think it might be Poundland. Let's just put one there and you're watching, generally leave me a comment, your thoughts. You know, I don't profess to have, you know, I'm the best or nothing like that, but this is the sort of cards that I love to design. Anyway, and because that's sort of hanging over there, all you do is, okay, there's more. I'm just, for easiness, just using my long bladed scissors, and it cuts it off. Okay, so there we have another card. So thank you very much for watching. Take care. See you soon.